All right, so the time is 3:02. The meeting is duly noticed for 2:15 or immediately following the Tennessee City School Bond Authority. Chair does detect a quorum for the Tennessee Local Development Authority. If we could form a single file line for all the members of the public who are wishing to speak. Ms. Sandy, did we have anybody indicate that they want to speak today? All right, let's move on to the next item then. Approval of the minutes from TLDA meeting December 14, 2023. They're in your packet. Hope everybody's had a time to review them, thoroughly analyze them. Any questions, comments? I entertain a motion.
Motion.
Properly
Second.
moved, properly seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's take a vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Minutes are approved. Next up, we have our clean water loans, but is Ms. Jones? Come on. Yes, ma'am. I assume that you'll give us an update on the balance from the Clean Water Revolving Fund?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Afternoon, board. I'm happy to present some for the Clean Water State Revolving Fund. We have two loans to present, include a couple of increases to present, and the unobligated loan balance. So our unobligated balance is up last year. The end of last year was $168,032,014. We had a number of increases. This was a mix of several projects coming in under budget, as well as two projects by Hamilton that were Hamilton County Wastewater Authority that were getting in design, where they chose to use grant fundings instead of taking out a loan for that planning and design. So they returned those funds. No loan is needed. The total increase was $1,215,161, giving us an unobligated balance as of today of $169,247,175. The decreases I'm presenting today are two loan proposals for the city of one for the city of Memphis and one for the city of Dyersburg. The city of Memphis is a $42 million loan, and the city of Dyersburg is a $2.5 million loan, which would total $44,636,000 in loan requests, leaving the unobligated loan balance, if those loans are approved, to $124,611,175.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Jones. You've heard the update. Any questions about that? If not, let's go ahead and proceed with our two loans. We'll take them up together unless there's objection. Hearing none, let's go ahead and take them both up at the same time, okay?
Great. So the city of Memphis is requesting a $42,136,000 loan with a 20-year term. They have an ATPI of 10, making their rate for this loan 1.36%. This is not a companion loan. This project is to correct inflow and infiltration, which is leaky sewer lines. The total project cost is $42,136,000. The SRF loan principal will be $39,636,000, and principal forgiveness will be $2,500,000. Memphis is in Shelby County. They were on the priority ranking list in 2022. Their project was 92 out of 104. Memphis held their public meeting for this project in June of 2023. Brief financial information. They have about $152,735,000 annually in operating revenues. Their current rates are $12.95 per 5,000 gallons for their 900,000 customer base. Their audit report was filed timely. And we did an initial financial sufficiency review in September of 2023, and we updated that financial sufficiency review in January of 2024. We found them sufficient to repay repay the loan. Memphis has also pledged additional security of their unobligated state shared taxes in an amount equal to the annual debt service requirements for this loan. The state shared taxes received by the borrower from the state last year was $110,590,766. Their prior debt obligations are $11,894,711. This loan will give them an annual debt service of $2,264,644, bringing their total annual debt service of $14,159,355, which is just 12% of their 12.8% of their state share taxes. The city of Dyersburg is requesting also a clean water loan in the amount of $2,500,000. The term for that is 20 years. They have an ATPI of 30, and their interest rate is 1.72%. This is a companion loan, and I'd like to point out that the city of Dyersburg was a pilot project for the evaluation of the critical condition of sewer lines that parallel and cross streams. Of particular interest in West Tennessee. Not only are these sewer lines critical failure happens in West Tennessee, we often see extreme weather events erode those streams and those lines break. So we were very happy that the city of Dyersburg found that exercise useful and was able to identify additional lines for I&I correction. They're going to do 40,000 linear feet of correction. The total project cost for this is $10,482,000, of which this project is funding $1,250,000 in loan principal with a 50% principal forgiveness of $1,250,000. The other funds they're using is a prior SRF loan. Dyersburg is in Dyer County. They were number 35 and 36 of the 2021 priority ranking list. They had a public meeting on this project in October of 2019. Their current operating revenues are $8,253,999. Their current rate is $19.90 per 5,000 gallons for their 8,371 customer base. Their audit report was filed late. A month late, and their initial financial sufficiency review was done in February, and they were considered sufficient. They have also pledged their state share revenues. The borrower pledges its unobligated state share taxes in the amount equal to their annual debt service for this loan. Their prior state share taxes is $2,642,268. Their prior obligations are $1,009,089.07. The obligation for this additional loan will be $73,909, bringing their total annual debt service to $1,082,998.07, which is approximately 41% of their state share taxes.
You've heard both items. Any questions of Ms. Jones about those two loans?
Motion to approve the loans.
Properly moved, properly seconded. Vote discussion. Hearing none. Let's take a vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Items are approved. All right. Our next item is consideration of approval request to transfer to the issuance of a new SRF loan with the same terms, the Reelfoot Utility District's SRF loan to the city of Tiptonville. Ms. Jones, you want to talk about this one?
Absolutely. So last year we were made aware of a court-ordered consolidation of Reelfoot Utilities with Tiptonville. That court order was in April of 2023. We received several pieces of documentation from Reelfoot as well as Tiptonville to identify the resolutions the community's having agreeing to this consolidation, the order for the consolidation agreement, the acknowledgement of the merger from Secretary of State, and our waiver of opinion letter for Tiptonville saying that we found them financially sufficient. So we have the attorney letter. We have the acknowledgement of merger from Mr. Hargett. We have the resolution from Reelfoot Utility District authorizing the consent to the consolidation agreement with Tiptonville. The resolution from Tiptonville agreeing to it. The court order is also provided. The consolidation agreement with which all parties signed. The evaluation of their state share taxes and determination whether or not Tiptonville can afford this additional debt. And the SRF's waiver of opinion letter that shows that Tiptonville, that states we find Tiptonville is able to repay that debt. The original amount of the Real Foot loan was $1,190,850. And I believe we have about $233,560 left in repayment. They were in repayment at the time of the merger.
Anything else, Ms. Jones?
No, sir.
As you know, there's a wealth of information in your package. We've got everything but a letter attesting to their favorite flavor ice cream. But Chair would entertain a motion to approve. Properly moved.
Second.
Properly second. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's take a vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Items approved. Our next item is to report on the SRF borrowers that have not submitted requests for project expense reimbursements and it was a non-voting item, but Ms. Jones, you want to tell us what we've got here?
Sure. We have an array of entities that have not started pulling down or requesting disbursements yet. Most of those entities are in compliance and provide us with a justification for why they have not started their disbursement requests to date. There are a few that are not in compliance. The town of Smyrna, the city of South Pittsburgh, and Tullahoma Utilities. We are reaching out to those entities and telling them, most of them, that they must request an extension for this project. A lot of these folks say that they're really juggling a lot of work right now, ARP, as well as some say that COVID or other employee changes have delayed these projects. We don't have concern about any of them, but we do in general see a large amount of money sitting. So we're contemplating additional new policies to encourage folks to start their disbursement requests in a more timely fashion.
Any questions, comments? Comptroller, I assumed you would have one. Commissioner, you want to go first?
Oh, okay. I will. Can you, this kind of concerns me a little bit, and particularly given you mentioned the ARP funding for similar type projects all across our state. You mentioned that one of the reasons that was given for these being delayed was ARP. Can you expand on that any and come and help me understand what's going on there?
I think some communities see the ARP has much stricter timelines, so that their focus of ensuring that they have proper procurement and those projects are underway is kind of taking priority because SRF has not in the past really put significant negative pressure on folks to make sure they're drawing timely. So they don't see it as really they're not doing anything wrong. I don't think they consider them doing anything wrong since they are still in compliance with their schedule.
So you think if they have both, that they are putting a priority on the ARP
Yes.
timeline because it is very specific and very tight.
That's correct.
Okay. Anything we need to, I'm beginning to talk to a lot of places
Yeah.
or some of the people that are managing those ARP loans. Anything from this you feel like we need to learn? Any lessons learned here?
And I think the lesson learned are actually from ARP that maybe we can apply to SRF better. And that is just giving clear deadlines and expectations about how the money is used and how quickly that money is used. EPA doesn't like it if we don't have drawdown. Y'all don't like it. We don't like it if we don't have drawdown. So really expressing that to the communities and giving them just brighter expectations.
Okay, thank you.
Comptroller? Anybody else? Ms. Jones, thank you very much. Our next item is report on the notification of City of Trenton submitted to comply with TODA SRF policy and guides for borrowers, non-voting item. Ms. Thompson?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. City of Trenton provided written notice to the TLDA to comply with our SRF policy and guidance for borrowers. They have an intent to enter into a loan agreement with the Public Building Authority of the City of Clarksville for an amount of $1 million. Of course, they have to submit a notice to us to notify that they're borrowing this money. It will be subordinate to their SRF loans, but they are required still to notify us of this loan that they're going to enter into. So this is just basically a report item and no action is required from the TLDA board.
Any questions of Ms. Thompson? Ms. Thompson, thank you very much for the report. Chair sees no further business. Want to thank Mayor Bradshaw and Mayor Brown for their physical attendance today. Always good to see them. Chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Properly moved. Properly second. The item is not debatable. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. We stand adjourned. Thank you very much.